Everyone is asking, might as well. Hare Krishna, Srila
Hare
Prabhupada
Krishna.
Ki Jai.
Jai.
Sorry, I had to go out and I was slightly delayed. And after coming back, I needed a bio break desperately. So I had to, push this by about 10 minutes. Hare Krishna.
No problem.
Okay. ओम अज्ञानद्वन्द्वस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितमेन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं लोकदामह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं नमामो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादि पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायिते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरत्वीसे नमः नमो ब्रह्मणे गो ब्रह्मणे हिताय च जगदिताय कृष्णाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यः च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् मूकं करोतु वाचालं पुंगं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयत्पदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सागरजातं सागरेण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदान् सागररहितां श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हरि ओं तत्सत्. So, if we quickly recap all the things that we discussed, right? We looked at Srimad Bhagavatam. How is the form of the Lord? The first two cantos being the feet, the third, fourth, and fifth, the thighs, the seventh being the navel, right? Yes, and then eighth being the chest, and ninth being the throat. 10th being the Lord's face, and 11th and 12th the crown of the Lord. Yes, that's how we discuss, saying that we look at the Lord from feet to crown, apadamasta, right? Yeah. And then we also discussed about what each of those cantos was conveying to us, right? The first two cantos talking about the materialistic as well as the spiritualistic aspects, right? And third, fourth, and fifth talking about the creation, the primary and the secondary creation, and then some leelas. Then there is the sixth and the seventh to an extent, seventh moving towards the inclination, then eighth, ninth, and others telling us about the manvantaras, eighth and ninth revealing the Ishanukadha, right? And 10th completely being the surrender, right? Ashraya. 11th is the actual Vinasha, right? And 12th is about Mukti, right? Yes, this is what we had overall discussed, right? Okay. Vinasha, Mukti and Mukti and Vinasha. That's how we discussed 11th and 12th. So that's Srimad Bhagavatam. And also we have discussed that Srimad Bhagavatam is not something that we should learn or try to study. It is something we should approach with humility, because when we are touching Srimad Bhagavatam, we are basically touching Lord Krishna. Yes. Therefore, with utmost humility, we should approach him as though we are approaching serving their lordships on the altar. Right? That doesn't mean necessarily that we shouldn't read Bhagavatam while we are traveling, but the mood should be very, very pure. Right? Even if you are sitting in a 24-hour train journey, haven't had a bath, brushed the teeth, but still we should at least sip water and chant the name of the Lord, meditate, and then read Srimad Bhagavatam. Yes? So Srimad Bhagavatam, the purpose is all about meditation. It's about understanding that we are doing the service of the Lord and practicing Srimad Bhagavatam. It's not just studying Srimad Bhagavatam. That's why we discussed Adhyayanam, right? The Dhyana along with Ashraya. Yes? Right? And also Anashraya, which means not relying on material things like our own intelligence, our own knowledge. The Anashraya is also important. Not thinking, I will understand, I will decipher. Right? It's by mercy of Guru and Krishna, the Guru Parampara. Right? And the devotee Bhagavata, apart from the book Bhagavata, the devotee Bhagavata, that I would be able to understand Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? That Anashraya of the materialistic things and Ashraya of the entire spiritual parampara, and the dhyana or the meditation thereafter to practice Srimad Bhagavatam, that is what is the study of Srimad Bhagavatam. Yes?
Yes,
of course, as part of that, we have seen how the creation happens, how their lordships are, how Trimurtis are there, Garbhodakashayi, etc., etc., etc. How Radha and Krishna are seated on a throne, in the Vaikuntha planet. All those details we have covered, right? But the core is how do we approach Srimad Bhagavatam, understanding it to be non-different from Lord Krishna, right? Apart from that, we have seen even the universal form and the 14, planetary systems, and how Bhagavatam is, discussed with Yamaraj in Pitraloka, as well as once people get better, they come to Janarloka, and there the 4 Kumaras come and teach. Then we also looked at how Bhagavatam has been discussed at multi levels, right? The first time by the 4 Kumaras, when they met Lord Krishna, after when they saw Lord Krishna after cursing Jaya and Vijaya, how Bhagavatam revealed itself to them, right? Then Narada Muni, how he learned from the 4 Kumaras. Yes. Thereafter, how Narada Muni motivated Vyasadeva to into this, and then how simultaneously the parrot heard from Lord Shiva partly when he was telling Bhagavatam to Mother Parvati, and then when Lord Shiva chased, it went into the womb of Vatika Devi, wife of Vyasadeva, and became Sukha Maharshi, who didn't come out for 16 years but heard all those 16 years Srimad Bhagavatam from Sri Vyasadeva while he was teaching to Suta Goswami and all the others, right? His disciples, right? While Vyasadeva was teaching to his disciples, Sukadeva Goswami, who was in the womb of his mother, heard it for 16 years. Then he said, it's not the impersonal aspect, let me understand the personal aspect, and he walked out, right? In the meantime, Narada Muni also spoke Bhagavatam at Vrindavana to make Jnana and Vairagya stronger, yes, for Kali Yuga, yes. Vyasadeva also spoke, and then finally what happened is, then Sukadeva Maharshi came out, he was walking, he came, then Parikshit Maharaj was cursed, he narrated to Parikshit Maharaj, that was heard again by not only, Suta Goswami, also by Vyasadeva, and then Suta Goswami himself narrated in Naimisharanya what all these conversations were, right, to Shaunakadi Maharshis, right? This is what we discussed in totality. Yes, does that brief ring a bell?
Yes,
any other points you believe we have covered and I might have missed? Hare Krishna, please share.
Chatashloki is one thing we covered on.
Yeah, Chatashloki we have covered. Yes. Chatashloki is Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the essence of Srimad Bhagavatam. That's something we have covered. Right? Then we went into the first verse of Srimad Bhagavatam and understood how and why the meditation should be. Satyam Param Dhimahi. And it is Vasudeva who is residing in everyone's hearts, who is the witness, Upadrashta and Anumanta. Right? Therefore, we said from today, we will start Srimad Bhagavatam, with that mood of service, discussing canto-wise the links between the various chapters. Right? And do all the 12 cantos, 18 books, right? And then come back and then start with the first verse, including purports, right? That's the thing. Sure. While I am bringing up Srimad Bhagavatam, if you have any other points or questions, you are most welcome. it's not that we have to rush through these things. It's about doing this properly. So I'm going to share my screen now. Please let me know once the screen is shared. Yeah, I have clicked on the share button. Is my screen visible, please?
Yes, Prabhu.
Right. So, Canto 1 is the lotus foot of the Lord. Right? Yes? Do you all remember that? Let's look at the synopsis that we had discussed earlier. Let's go and discuss that like we had done earlier. Just a recap of what Canto 1 is. The rest of Bhagavatam introducing the reader to his philosophical concepts and prominent characters. They also established Lord Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead and Bhakti Yoga as the topmost spiritual path. In the first canto, Suta Goswami describes Naimisharanya sages, the history of Bhagavatam, the birth and activities of Parikshit Maharaja, who even chastised Kali, and exclusive dependence of devotees like Uttara, Pandavas, Kunti and Bhishma on Lord Krishna, and Bhakta Vatsala Krishna's reciprocation with them. Right? Clear? Up to this point on the first canto? Hare Krishna?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Right. So let's look at how that is being covered. Suta Goswami is not just trying to talk like that. Chapter 1 is questioned by the sages. Everything in Vedic circles is all about inquiring. Tadvidhi pradipatena pariprasnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninah tattvadarshinaha. This is what it is said by Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. He says, right, you try and understand it. Tadvidhi pradipatena pariprasnena sevaya, very very obediently and asking submissively and rendering service. So Sage Saunaka and other rishis actually offered a Vyasasana to Suta Goswami, and they asked Suta Goswami very very politely, saying that you are the best one to share this knowledge. Please kindly advise us on Lord Krishna's pastimes. So the first chapter tells us how submissive, humble inquisitiveness is quintessential to practice Srimad Bhagavatam. The second chapter talks about what is devotional service and what is divinity. That's where we looked at the Chatushlokas, right? If you remember, the Chatushlokas was, if you remember, we didn't discuss this. I need to take you there. Chatushlokas is from the second canto. I need to take you to the particular shlokas here. That was from second canto. Chatushloki. Here. Text 4 is the one. What should we do? Narayanam namaskrutyam naram cheva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato je mridiraye. Why do we chant this? Right? Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayana, unto the Nara Narayana Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Hare Krishna.
Yes. Yes.
See this? Very, very important. And then Suta Goswami is saying, you have questioned me rightly, your questions are worthy, therefore I will narrate aspects of Lord Krishna. So Suta Goswami is not just starting like that. He is taking the blessings of his Guru and entire Guru Parampara add to the Lord. Yes. Then he goes on to explain how Krishna is the source of all incarnations. This is where we hear the famous verse, Etesham cha kalaha pumsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Rokam Mrudayanti Yuge Yuge. Where is that shloka? Let me see. See here, before we go there. Text 40. What does it say? Idam Bhagavatam Nama Puranam Brahma Samhitam Uttama Shloka Charitam Chakara Bhagavan Rushihi Nihishresaya Lokasya Dhanyam Swasthayanam Mahat. This Srimad Bhagavatam is the literary incarnation of God, and it is compiled by Srila Vyasadeva, the incarnation of God. It is meant for the ultimate good of all people, and it is all successful, all blissful, and all perfect. Right? That is the thing. And then he tells how Vyasadeva Maharishi told to his son Sukadeva Maharishi told, and the Bhagavata Purana, it's a brilliant son, etc. Right? And see here, Avatara hi asankheya hare shashvata nidher dvijaha yadha vidalsinaha kulyaha sarasaha syuhu sahasrashaha. O Brahmanas, the incarnations of the Lord are innumerable like rivulets flowing from inexhaustible sources of water. Right? Also, there should be another verse, I don't remember. Ete chansa kalaha pumsa. What is this? Ete chansa kalaha. (1.3.28). I'm in the right chapter. The next verse. 28. See this. Ye te chamsa kalaha pumsaha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Mrudayanti Yuge Yuge. All of the above mentioned incarnations are either plenary portions or portions of the plenary portions of the Lord. But Lord Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. All of them appear on planets whenever there is a disturbance created by atheists. The Lord incarnates to protect the atheists. What does Lord Krishna say in Bhagavad Gita? Yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyutthanam dharmasya tadatmanam sujamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrutam dharma samsthapana ardhaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Krishna says whenever there is decline of religion and abundance of religion, he manifests himself. And why does he come? Paritranaya sadhunam, to protect my devotees, and thereby vinashaya dushkrutam, to destroy. The Lord incarnates to protect his devotees. Yes, whatever Lord Krishna is explaining us in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the same thing is being reiterated in Srimad Bhagavatam. And then the appearance of Sri Narada is being discussed, because Narada Muni's instructions on Srimad Bhagavatam to Srila Vyasadeva is the next chapter. What is the importance of discussing the appearance of Sri Narada? Who was Sri Narada in his previous life?
Son of a maidservant.
Son of a maidservant, and she served Bhagavata devotees. He had the remnants of those Bhagavata devotees. That Ucha that he had actually received as Mahaprasadam, that purified him in that lifetime, and at the end of the lifetime he became Narada. Alright? That's the importance. Look, an Acharya need not be from a very, very, very highly placed social stature. He can be from anything. What is required is purity. Because Srimad Bhagavatam and devotional service to the Lord is based on purity, not based on birth and social status. Hare Krishna. Is this aspect clear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
And further narration goes to the extent of Narada Muni instructing Srila Vyasadeva. Right? Let's talk about Srila Vyasadeva's appearance itself. Whose son is Srila Vyasadeva?
Garkam.
Parasaram.
Parasaram.
And who was his mother?
Matsya
Matsyagandhi. Right? Matsyagandhi. Right? And did they both marry? Did Parashara Muni and Matsyagandhi marry?
No, Prabhuji.
Yeah, Satyavati Devi. Matsyagandhi is her name because the body smell used to be that of fish odor. Matsyagandhi, Gandha means odor. Matsya means fish. Satyavati Devi is her actual name. Hare Krishna?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes. So Satyavati Devi one day she used to row the boat across the Ganges. So Parashara Muni actually came there, and while she was rowing the boat, he asked her to stop middle of the Ganges. And he says, look, now we are going to give birth to my baby boy. She says, look, I'm not even married. You and I, we are not husband and wife. How is he? Says, no, this will all happen outside this material realm. You will be Akshata Yoni, or somebody who is a virgin. So she gives birth by the superior meditative potency of Parashara Muni. She gives birth to Srila Vyasadeva, but yet she remains a virgin. There was no physical contact between both of them. Right? Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Therefore, that was the birth of Vyasadeva, son of a Brahmana father, a Maharshi, but son of a fisherman's daughter. Yes? Hare Krishna?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Now, look at it, what is being said here. Narada Muni and Vyasadeva both are not 100% great social status people by social strictures. Yes or no?
Yes, Prabhuji.
But that's not important. The Guru is instructing the disciple, and the disciple is following, and that conversation is leading to Srimad Bhagavatam. Mahamuni Krute, Srimad Bhagavate Mahamuni Krute. Because the Mahamuni, he has become Mahamuni. Muni means one who remains silent. What did Vyasadeva, despite being a son of a fisherman's daughter, be silent about material aspects? What did Narada Muni, despite being a son of a servant maid, be silent about material aspects? Bhava Maunam, the silence about material aspects, and using their speech and their intelligence and their mind purely for the service of the transcendental potencies of Lord Krishna. That's what Srimad Bhagavatam in the first 6 chapters is telling us. Look, do not approach this Srimad Bhagavatam with any social strictures, any social sort of thought restrictions. Approach it with absolute humility, with surrender. If you approach anything that Lord Krishna does and anything Lord Krishna is involved in with the ego of I can do anything, I will have my jealousy, I will have my attachment, etc., etc., what happens? Just like Ashwatthama, the son of Drona, we will be punished. What is the punishment? Janma mrityu jara vyadhi dukkha doshanu darshanam. That's why you see son of Drona being punished. The next chapter. Hare Krishna. Does that make sense?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Whereas, if we are surrendered to Lord Krishna, what happens? We get an opportunity to pray to the Lord and we get the protection, just like Parikshit Maharaj was protected in the womb of Mother Uttara when Ashwatthama released that Brahmastra, where Lord Krishna himself shielded Parikshit. Parikshit has two meanings. One who has asked inquisitive questions, the other Parirakshitaha, who was protected by none other than the Supreme Lord. Right? Therefore, the surrender aspect of the story and the protection of the Lord is being revealed, and it is being stated to us, irrespective of whatever state of being we are in, we can surrender through the passing away of Bhishma Deva in the presence of Lord Krishna. Why? What was Bhishma Deva lying on when he passed away?
Bed of arrows.
Bed of arrows. But what did he talk about?
Devotional
Sahasranama.
Entire devotional service. He also chanted Vishnu Sahasranama.
Vishnu Sahasranama.
Yes?
Yes.
Then we are being told that's Lord Krishna. Understand, everything with Lord Krishna, connected with Lord Krishna, is so supreme that you need to understand how Lord Krishna departed just to please, the hunter, right? Who was Vali in his prior lifetime, right? When Vali in Sri Ramachandra, when Lord Krishna came as Sri Ramachandra, he hunted Vali from behind a tree. Then Vali asked, Lord Rama, you and I, we do not have any enmity. How could you kill being from Raghuvamsa dynasty? Then Lord Ramachandra says, look, you are acting like an animal. When you stole your brother's wife and stole your brother of the king, right to kingdom, etc. So I had to hunt you. However, I am giving you the opportunity to just like that, shoot an arrow at me when I come back in Dwapara Yuga. So therefore, this hunter could shoot the arrow. Looking at Lord Krishna's toe, he thought that was the ear of a deer. Yes? So that's the reason it is being explained that even in Krishna departing from this world, everything is there. And as part of that, actually here departure to Dwaraka is also being covered. And departure to Dwaraka is where Mother Kunti and all start feeling the separation. And Kunti Devi prays saying that, oh, I wish all those calamities come back to us. Of course, Kunti Devi has prayed earlier. Those prayers said, all those calamities may they return so that, you are with us. That's the prayer of Mother Kunti. That's how we should desire Lord Krishna. Then once Lord Krishna enters into Dwaraka, we also see how he is received by the members of Dwaraka so that we understand, receiving this book Bhagavatam, how we should receive Lord Krishna. How, when we are receiving Srimad Bhagavatam, it becomes an entry into our heart, just like Lord Krishna entering into Dwaraka, how we should receive him and how he would embrace us. Then the whole topic of, because Lord Krishna has gone to Dwaraka, now Maharaj Parikshit is appearing, right? When Maharaj Parikshit appears, then Vidura, who had gone on pilgrimage while the Kurukshetra war was happening, returns back and tells Dhritarashtra, you tried to kill the Pandavas, now you are shamelessly staying here like a dog or a lion or a tiger eating its kid or a dog eating its own stew. You are worth nothing. You need to get out of here and start meditating on the Lord. That's when Dhritarashtra actually leaves. And of course he goes to Rishikesh, meditates on the Lord, and leaves. And then, as I mentioned earlier, the disappearance of Lord Krishna is covered, and hearing that Lord Krishna has left this planet, what is happening? The Pandavas, how they retired timely. This is all discussed to talk about how age of Kali came and Parikshit Maharaj received Kali, and how he both punished and rewarded Kali. How did Parikshit Maharaj receive Kali?
Prabhu, please go ahead.
Please go ahead.
When Parikshit Maharaj was going on his chariot, he saw one person with a black color trying to kill a cow.
Yeah. Yes, Prabhu. Who was the cow?
Cow is Mother Earth.
Yes. And who was the black guy? Dastardly.
Kali. He is the representation of Kali.
Kali Purusha.
Kali Purusha, yes.
Right? He is the personification of Kali. Then what did Parikshit Maharaj do?
Parikshit Maharaj was objecting his action, and he was about to kill him. And he said that it is my duty and I am supposed to do this.
Right. You can't change the time cycle, O king. Instead, I am under your shelter. Give me 5 places where I can stay. What are the 5 places? Awarded 5 places. What are the 5 places that were awarded?
Intoxication.
Yeah.
In human activities, there is no
Illicit sex and
illicit sex,
gambling.
and no mercy. Wherever there is no mercy, animal killing.
Yes.
And another gambling.
Gambling, intoxication, illicit sex, and meat eating.
Meat eating and gold.
5th is gold. He says, you have given me only 4 places. Right? At least give me the 5th. He says, then you can be in gold. Then where does the Kali go?
He goes on to the Kireetam of
The crown
Parikshit.
of Parikshit Maharaj. Right? Yes?
Yes.
Then what happened? What did Parikshit Maharaj do?
He was hunting. He was trying to protect by hunting, and he gets tired, and he was looking for some water. He went to some ashram. There, one Muni was in meditation.
Yes.
He was in deep meditation, and he asked for water. He didn't. It doesn't respond, and he feels that Kali impacts his mind and thinks, how come he is not responding? I'm the king, I came. And he puts dead snake on around his neck.
Right. And what happens once he does that and he goes away? He keeps regretting. Right?
His son comes, sees, and he gets agitated. He got angry, and he gives sapam. He requests the snake. What is his name?
Takshaka.
Takshaka snake to come and bite and kill him within 7 days.
Yes. Yes, Prabhu. Then what does the sage say to the boy?
You should not. Why you got tempted like that? You shouldn't get. Being a Muni, you should not be tempted. Whatever you earn by doing meditation, you have lost all those things. You need to preserve them.
Yes.
You need to show mercy.
Merciful and humble.
Merciful and humble. Yeah.
Yes. Then the sage himself goes all the way and informs Parikshit Maharaj that this has happened. And then Parikshit Maharaj starts going, saying that, look, I need the association of devotees, giving up everything. Then Shukadev Goswami appears, comes, right? That we discussed, where he left his womb and started walking. Yes?
Yes.
Now when Shukadev Goswami was walking, there was a wonderful leela that has happened. Right? You are all now clear on the curse of the Brahmana boy and what um, Parikshit Maharaj had done under the influence of Kali? Yes. Clear on the 5 places? Is everyone clear?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, sir.
Great. So now, Shukadeva Goswami, as I said, for 16 years he was listening to Srimad Bhagavatam through Srila Vyasadeva, right? Yes. Prior to that, he heard partly from Lord Shiva. He thought everything was impersonal because he was only hearing up to the creations and all the things and the energies. But once he heard all the pastimes of the Lord, he realized that it is so wonderful, so beautiful. He came out of his mother's womb completely naked. He was walking along. Behind him, Srila Vyasadeva was running, saying that, Shukadeva, wait. As they were going along, they were walking across a lake, bank of a lake. There were ladies taking bath and they were all completely derobed. What English people call nude, right? They were taking bath, right? They were derobed and they were taking bath. But when Shukadeva Goswami was walking, they didn't bother to cover themselves. But when Srila Vyasadeva started walking past that lake, they turned around, pulled the saris on the bank of the river and started covering themselves of the lake and started covering. Then Vyasadeva was astonished. He stops and asks them, "Oh mothers, when my son, who is 16-year-old and a teenager, who was walking naked, was going along without bothering, you didn't bother to cover yourselves. But whereas I, who is such an old person, who has given all the Vedas, Upanishads and everything, right? And who is walking along, you cover yourselves. How come?" Then they say, "Hey Maharshi, your son, he has been in the womb of his mother for 16 years and never bothered with his material realm. Look how he is walking without even covering himself. He doesn't care about the body. Whereas you have a wife, you know what is family life. We don't want you to be agitated by seeing us." Hare Krishna. You see, if Srila Vyasadeva, looking at Srila Vyasadeva, the women covered themselves so that he doesn't get agitated. Just imagine, we the ordinary men of Kali Yuga, how much we could be agitated by many things around us. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
Therefore, the appearance of Shukadeva Goswami is a lesson in complete practice of detachment towards the material realm to understand the spiritual aspect of Srimad Bhagavatam. In all these chapters, in this first canto, what we see are 3 major aspects. Dhritarashtra, shamelessness and enviousness. Yes? Brahmana boy, capability but lack of control on anger. Ashwathama, complete ego and vengeance. Yes? Then we see, right, the greatness of Narada Muni and Vyasadeva and also Shukadeva Goswami, right, who are literally, not of the highest social order, right, but are completely surrendered to Guru and the Guru Parampara and the Lordships. Yes? At the same time, we see the royalty with humility and submissiveness and love for Lord Krishna, like the Pandavas, Bhishma Deva, Kunti Devi, right? Who were all dependent on Lord Krishna. And then, as a result of Lord Krishna's protection, right, we see the impossibility becoming possible, which is the birth of Parikshit Maharaj, despite he being attacked by a nuclear weapon, Agneyastra, Brahmastra, actually, by Brahmastra, right? By Brahmastra, while he was in the womb. So Krishna's protection, how Nothing else matters. Hare Krishna? Yes? And then we see how the presence of Lord Krishna made this place worthwhile, with religiosity and faithfulness and practice of dharma, whereas disappearance of Lord Krishna brought in the Kali Yuga and the deterioration started. Right? Thereby we see how to help people in Kali Yuga. Parikshit Maharaj approached Sukadeva Goswami and together they have started discussing Srimad Bhagavatam. And that Bhagavatam was asked by none other than the sages in the Naimisharanya, Saunakadi Maharshis, right? For what purpose? That is also mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. While I don't sue Manda Matayo Manda Bhagyo. I don't remember the verse number, but once I search Veda base 1.1.10, great. Right. Why do the sages ask? Prayena alpayushaha sabhya kalavasmin yuge jana manda sumanda matayo manda bhagya hi upadruta. O learned one, in this iron age of Kali, men almost always have but short lives. They are quarrelsome, lazy, misguided, unlucky, and above all, always disturbed. Hare Krishna. That disturbance is mental agitation of material affliction and material attachment. Yes, that mental affliction of material affliction and material attachment, what does it cause us to do? Oh, I have accumulated X, I need to accumulate X square. Oh, when I have done X square, why cannot I do X cube? Right? X cube is done. Why can't I add one more power? The quadruple. Power of X. Right? I am living in this material realm ruled by the Panchabhutas. Why can't it be pentagonic? Yes, X power 5. Right? Oh, anyway I have done 5. They talk about 6 enemies. Let me add the 6. The Shadvarga, right? Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya. They come, right? Yes. Once that comes, what happens? Oh, is this all? Why there are 7 upper planetary systems. Let me add one more power. X to the power of 7. Right? Oh, is this enough? There are 8 kinds of difficulties, Ashta Kashtas and Ashta Nashtas. Let me add one more to counter them. X to the power of 8. Well, there are 9 planets. I'll just add one more. Right? Navagraha, Navaparva. Yes? What is there? Once I have more money, I can meditate on the Lord. The Lord has Dashavatara. Let me add one more. Right? Yes? So X to the power of 10. Well, that's not enough. Every Ekadashi is very pleasing to the Lord. I am trying to become a devotee. Let me add one more and I will have Ekadasha of serving the Lord. There is only Ekadasha of going down the tree. No 12. Right? It's 1 plus 1 is 0. Gone. Govinda, Govinda. Right? This is what happens when we do not approach it in the right perspective. Whether it's a spiritual activity or whether it is material activity, being Grihasthas, we have the tendency to accumulate the results. Right? The first and foremost thing when we are approaching Srimad Bhagavatam, what Mother Kunti has taught us is, let all those miseries come to us so that we have your association. So we have to render the service of Bhagavat Adhyanam without expectation of any return and only praying to Lord Krishna, come what may, you be with us so that we can render this service of Srimad Bhagavata Adhyayanam. Hare Krishna. See how whatever we discussed is aptly covered in these chapters of Srimad Bhagavatam. Yes or no?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Absolutely. Those, interestingly, those 19 chapters, right? What is 19 chapters? 1 and 9. 1 plus 9 is how much?
20.
Huh?
1 plus 9, 10, Prabhu. 10, sorry.
10. 1 plus 0 is?
1.
1 and only 1 Krishna. All other zeros of bhoga are of no use. Yes? Whether he is at the front or at the back, doesn't matter. Still we are rich. Because the Lakshmipati is with us. The Sripati Anugraha is with us. Yes?
Yes.
That's the approach towards Srimad Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna. Is everyone?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes,
Couple of questions, Prabhu.
certainly, Prabhu.
Prabhu, in these chapters, they have logically went through, but I got a question in chapter 18 where Maharaj Parikshit cursed by Brahmana boy, and then it follows by appearance of Sukadev Goswami.
Yeah. That's the sequence, no, Prabhuji. That's
It's
when
no
Parikshit Maharaj
secret.
leaves his kingdom and goes and meets Sukadev
Yeah.
Goswami. So both of them have started to meet.
Okay, so that means the Kali Yuga started from
Kali
there
was
onwards.
already started. That's why he got under the influence, right? When Parikshit Maharaj, the point is, the Kali Purusha has started entering, Prabhu, when Parikshit Maharaj was leaving. Shaunakadi Maharshis in Naimisharanya were asking when Kali has completely established itself.
Okay.
Please understand, Parikshit Maharaj and Sukadev Goswami was an earlier conversation that is being referred to by Suta Goswami while explaining to Shaunaka and other rishis. Suta Goswami is now narrating. He is talking about two things in this canto. One, Narada Muni explaining Srimad Bhagavatam to Vyasa Maharshi. Vyasa Maharshi explaining Srimad Bhagavatam to Sukadev Maharshi. And now Sukadev Maharshi starting to go forward and Parikshit Maharaj going forward. And from second canto we will see their conversation also coming in. Yes, Prabhuji? We discussed the various tiers of discussion. Yes or no, Prabhu?
Prabhu, my problem is there's so many Sut and Suk, so I'm a bit confused with those
Prabhu,
names.
Suta Goswami is disciple of Vyasadeva. Okay, Suta. The other Goswami is Shaunaka. Shaunaka is in Naimisharanya, right? In Naimisharanya, he is asking Suta Goswami to speak Srimad Bhagavatam. Clear, Prabhu? He was the head of many sages there, and he requested Suta Goswami to speak Srimad Bhagavatam. That's tier 1. Yes?
Yeah.
This is when Kali Yuga has already established himself. Clear, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhu.
Prior to that, what happened? Prior to that, Parikshit Maharaj, by mistake, under the influence of Kali early stages, insulted the sage by putting the dead snake, and as a result, the boy cursed. Right?
Yeah.
Yes? Then the sage went to Parikshit Maharaj and told him, in 1 week you are going to die with Takshaka biting. Then he goes to learn Srimad Bhagavatam. So that starting is being described here. So the discussion also will be described in the second canto between Parikshit Maharaj and Sukadev Goswami. Who is narrating this? Suta Goswami. To whom? To Shaunaka Maharshi. Right? Prior to that, Suta Goswami at the top, if you see, he told how Narada Muni appeared, how Vyasadeva appeared, and how Narada Muni taught Srimad Bhagavatam to Srila Vyasadeva. Right? So there, how Vyasadeva learned and how Vyasadeva taught Sukadev Goswami is being explained. Right? So literally, two completed tears. One is Narada Muni speaking to Vyasadeva, the other Vyasadeva speaking to Sukadeva Goswami. Alright? One running tier where Suta Goswami speaking to Shaunaka Maharshi and other sages. And there he is referring to a potentially finished tier that he is going to cover about, which is Parikshit Maharaj and Sukadeva Goswami. That is a conversation that had finished, but he is going to cover about that as part of his narration, who Suta Goswami is covering to Shaunaka Muni and others. So, Srimad Bhagavatam is not necessarily chronological order like a Bhagavad Gita. It's tiered in various respects. Yes, Prabhuji? Clear on the tiers now?
Yes, Prabhu. I'll slow down and again write down as a map so that I make more sense. But following that question, I have another question, Prabhu.
How about this, Prabhu? Do all of you have 10 more minutes?
Yes, Prabhu.
You have 10 more minutes? Let me make it pictorial. Let me make it pictorial entirely. No confusion whatsoever. Right? Let me make it pictorial. I'm not trying to show off my PowerPoint skills, okay? That's not the intent. I don't want anybody to think, he has left IT and this guy is trying to show off his IT skills. Right. Prabhu, your question, I'll answer with a little picture, Prabhu. Yes? Let me choose the right thing so that I demonstrate the thing properly. I'm looking for something that's tiered. Just let me see something that's very well tiered. Just a minute.
Hierarchy, Prabhu.
No, not hierarchy, Prabhu. This is not hierarchy. This is tiered, Prabhu, which has a relationship. That's what I'm looking at, Prabhu. Just a minute. Let me use this nested target. Alright? Yes, Prabhu? Yeah? Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Rakesh Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
You see how these various tiers are intricately interconnected?
See, where does the Vyasadeva narrating to Suta Goswami comes, Prabhuji?
When he spoke to Twatika Devi and all, Suta Goswami being the disciple, he was there in his ashrama, right?
Okay.
Goswami.
Yes, Prabhuji? Yeah?
Yeah, got it, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji. So you see, These are all tears that are intricated, right? So we cannot look at them in chronological order.
Yes, Prabhuji.
And if you see here, Narada and Vyasadeva appearance, right? I'm not bringing in the devotees and everything, I'm just talking about the conversations here. Yes, Prabhuji?
Yes.
Rakesh Prabhu, can you see how these are tiered and overarching?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes? Okay,
Yes, Prabhu.
great. I mean, there is a better way of presenting because I'm doing it live. I'm just trying to do it in a very, very simple and systemic way, right? Yeah.
And one more thing, Prabhu. One of the classes we heard, like even Suta Goswami was part of Sukadeva Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj conversation. That Suta Goswami also was there.
Vyasadeva was there.
Correct, exactly. That's what like. Yeah.
See, please understand. They never had egos, Prabhu.
Correct. Prabhu.
There were no egos. Okay.
Yeah.
It's always listening to Srimad Bhagavatam. Vyasadeva never thought, I taught it to Sukadeva, so why should I listen from him?
Yeah, that's true.
Alright? Srimad Bhagavata Puranam Amalam. Right? The Bhagavad Puranam is Amalam. It's pure. Right? So, always. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha drudhavrataha namasyantascha mam bhaktya nityayukta upasate. Right? Satata kirtana. So Vyasadeva was a kirtaniya for 16 years. Then when Sukadeva Maharshi became the kirtaniya, he was doing Sravana. Satatam kirtayanto mam yatantascha drudhavrataha. He became one who was very fixed in making effort to listen. Namasyantascha mam bhaktya. Offering his respectful obeisances, he was listening to Srimad Bhagavatam. Nityayukta upasate. So he was constantly worshipping the Lord. The same thing was being done by Suta Goswami as well. And when Suta Goswami was narrating to Shaunakadi Maharshis, Vyasadeva was there in that assembly. Right? What is a better example of Vyasadeva? It's like Prabhupada coming and sitting in one of our classes. Yes. And Prabhupada used to do that in his disciples' classes. He used to go and sit. Right? That's the example Srila Prabhupada has set, saying that this is the degree of enthusiasm and humility one needs to render devotional service to the Lord. Mahatmanastu mam pardha daivim prakritimashritah bhajanti ananya manaso mama bhuta maheshwaram. Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, O Arjuna, the great souls, Mahatmanastu Mahampardhya, Daivim Prakritam, they are under the divine energy of mind, Yoga Maya. Bhajanti Ananya Manaso, they do not have any other considerations. They are only rendering devotional service to. Why? Mama Bhuta Maheshwaram, they understand I am the supreme absolute truth and I am the supreme personality of Godhead. I am the Lord and the cause of all causes. That's what is demonstrated by Vyasadeva, Suta Goswami and Shaunakadi Maharshis. And what Srimad Bhagavatam teaches us in the first canto is how humble we have to be to practice Srimad Bhagavatam. And how we can then and then only have Lord Krishna with us. Both in the form of book Bhagavatam and also in the form of His mercy, of His presence with us. Because we then recognize Him as Paramatma, the Upadrashta and Anumanta within our heart for sure. And also we will have His darshan practically with our eyes as the Shri. And we have to respect Him in both the forms. That's why Lord Krishna will be with us. That's the context and the complete narrative of Canto 1 of Srimad Bhagavatam. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji, I have a quick question, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu, please.
Prabhuji, it's an out of context when you are explaining about Muni, what is the meaning of Muni. I had this question from long time. Prabhuji, can you be able to explain what is the differences between Muni, Yogi, Rishi, Maharshi, like this, Prabhuji?
Undoubtedly, Prabhu. Mahabharatam describes Muni. Nate Munir yasya matirna bhinnam. He is not a sage if he doesn't have a different philosophy. Right? Every sage propounds his own philosophy. Right? But one who transcends over all these philosophies and starts meditating on the Lord, controlling one's senses, is Rishi. Right? Right? Why is Rishi Hrushi? Hrushika means senses. One who has taken control of the senses is the Rishi.
Okay, Prabhuji. Okay.
Okay, that means they have started meditating, engaging, and they have become a Rishi. Maharshi, one who is constantly engaging the senses is Maharshi. That's why you see, when we talk about the lokas, right, we had a Mahar Loka, Bhur, Bhuvar, Suvar, Mahar, where all these Rishis go and practice better control, right? Then they go to the Janar Loka where they can actually practice Srimad Bhagavatam. Yes, that's Maharshi. A yogi is somebody who is trying to bodily first start and then move to the higher realms. A Rishi is looking at control of the senses. A yogi is looking at first understanding the body and self and then moving forward.
Yes.
Right? For example, pranayama, pratyahara, right? Asana, then finally comes the dharana and all those things. Right? So it's about first starting at the body level and yogi starts slowly transcending. Right? And yogi is somebody who has an understanding and is trying to have some practice the control of the senses. Why? Hrushikena, Hrushikesa, Sevanam, Bhakti Ruchyate. With our senses, serving the Lord of the senses or Master of senses, the Hrushikesha, Lord Krishna, is Bhakti. That's why they transcend to the Maharshi Loka, to Janar Loka, and then they move towards Satya Loka, and then to the practice of devotional service. Yes, Prabhuji?
Right, Prabhuji. Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Then what is the difference from Muni to Rishi, Prabhuji? Rishi, I understood who
Muni
controls the
is somebody
senses.
who practices Mauna.
Okay.
Right? Practicing Maunam doesn't mean controlling the senses, right?
Yes, Prabhuji. Okay.
Yes. Maunam means not talking about the material aspects, right? Talking only spiritual aspects, right? Does a board that shows way to Sydney go to Sydney when you are driving? A Muni might be like that.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Okay, I'll give you an example. This example was given by one of Srila Prabhupada's disciples when he came to Australia and he gave a class. Right?
Yes.
So there was this so-called very renowned Acharya, right, who was supposed to be a great exponent of Srimad Bhagavatam. Right? So when he was giving a Bhagavata Katha, he said, look, some devotee is giving a Bhagavata Katha. I have been asked to come, so I'll go and attend. Right? So he went and attended out of respect. He said, well, the devotee spoke so wonderfully on Srimad Bhagavatam, right? And he has said so many such good things of what people should do, what they shouldn't do, etc., including no meat eating, no intoxication. Well, he is talking similar to Srila Prabhupada, even though it's not exactly the same. He was nowhere a Mayavadi. This is great. Let me serve that devotee. Whoever he is a Vaishnava. At the core of the heart, let me serve the devotee. So he went and asked, I want to serve you. He said, go get me a bottle of water from the refrigerator. He said, oh, what? I got an immediate service. He opened the fridge, tried to take a bottle of water. He saw a bottle of rum. He went and said, hey, great devotee, you said out there people should not drink. He said, look, what I say there is immaterial, what I do here is immaterial, you don't worry about it. Right?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji.
He just said, then what I wanted to do is immaterial, I am not giving you this water, it's a waste of time. He put that in the fridge and walked away. Right? Okay. So,
Yes.
sometimes Muni, I mean, I'm not saying everybody is like that. Please don't get me wrong. The Muni might propound a philosophy, need not necessarily practice it. But those who propound a philosophy and practice it, then have to slowly move through the yoga process and come to the Rishi stage if they are gradually coming up. Yes, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhuji. So first Muni, then Yogi, better than Yogi is Rishi, Maharshi, Brahmarshi.
Yes, because Muni is propounding philosophy, right? Yes?
Right, okay.
One who practices that philosophy goes to the level of, sense control and absolute sense control and surrender to the Lord, then, going to the extent of, being in the devotional service of the Lord. Right?
Yes.
That's why Vyasa Maharshi is Vyasa Deva.
Yes, Prabhuji.
It's not just a Bengali colloquial of calling somebody Deva. Right? It's a fact that he is none other than the literary incarnation of the Lord.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Got it. Thanks, Prabhuji.
That's why beyond Maharshi we have Brahmarshi. One who has understood Brahman is Brahmarshi.
Yes.
Right? But when one understands Lord Krishna, he has got Daivatva. That's why he is Vyasa Deva.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Make sense, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thanks, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Wonderful questions, Prabhu. Wonderful questions today.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
I know we are running late, but can I ask another one question, Prabhu?
Prabhu, I don't have any problem. I can stay awake for the next 5 hours because that will be 10 p.m. of mine. You should think about going to work tomorrow. I don't have any problem at all. Because my wife is going to cook at home, I don't have to go out to Govinda to eat. So I'm eating at home happily. So, and I'm also eating your brains. I have, non-vegetarian first and prasaditarian next. So why not?
Okay, bro. Yeah, in chapter 3, the name is like Krishna is the source of all incarnations, bro.
Yes.
So we can take that Chatushloki 10.8, no, Aham Sarvasya Prabhu, Matta Sarvam
Yes,
Prabhu.
Prabhuji.
That correction also we can make.
Yes,
no, Prabhu,
that's true, Prabhu. Aham sarvasya bhavo matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante ma buddhava
Buddha
samhita. Absolutely, Prabhu.
And also here, Canto name is creation, Prabhu, but when you go through the chapters, it's all the the history
aspect, the creation aspect of the various yugas here is the context.
Okay, but those yugas are they mentioned here, Prabhu?
The Kali Yuga is being mentioned, Prabhu, as goes by the actual entire creation is narrated. It's starting with the Yuga, right? So Bhagavatam is starting on a lower rung at the material realm. Yes?
Yeah.
So the creation aspect has been initiated here with the Kali Yuga entry. Therefore, we understand what is Kali and what is Dwapara as we go along. It's an initiation to the creation aspect, Prabhu. The creation we know has Satya, Treta, Dwapara, Kali. Yes?
Yeah.
This is a foundation being laid. Right?
Okay.
A foundation being laid to discuss that creation. Therefore, this is called creation.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji? What is the creation here? Parikshit, Parirakshitaha, Pariprashnitaha. The creation of Parikshit.
Okay.
Yes, Prabhuji?
Yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
How under the protection of Lord Krishna, he got created. Yes, Prabhuji?
Yeah.
Clear? But with the introduction of Kali Yuga, it is leading us in 3rd, 4th and 5th cantos to discuss the entire creation.
Oh, okay. So this is the starting for the creation.
This is the foundation laying, Prabhuji.
Okay. Okay. And one more question is, Prabhu, see, this Bhagavatam, there are so many stories which we can't really, trust with our own normal senses. Like, when you explain the Vyasadeva appearance, then, it's very hard to explain to the freshers or, new people. Like, once you tell them that story, it's like, they think that, oh, you're all telling some, stories which are not conceivable. So, is there a way that we can give them, bit of,
No,
convincing?
first and foremost, these things we shouldn't narrate to newcomers. Right. In our rush, we narrate to newcomers some of the things that they cannot readily accept. To accept this, one should have come to the level of let me consistently think about Lord Krishna. I'm not even saying chant. At least consistently think about Lord Krishna. When they are thinking about Lord Krishna, he reveals himself. And when he starts revealing himself slowly, they will start appreciating everything connected with him. Otherwise, they are Western educated and they are told this is myth.
Yeah.
If you are from India, you call it a myth. If you have gone to America and come out, you will call it might. As though suddenly you have become an American. That's mythology, they go. Right? You study in India, in a Roman Catholic institution, you call it mythology. Once you go to America, it's mythology, might. Right? Suddenly everything changes. Yeah? Ridiculous.
But we are selling these books now, Prabhu. We are selling.
It's mythology.
Sorry, Prabhu, but we are selling the Bhagavatam sets to the newcomers as well. How it's
because the book Bhagavatam will change them, Prabhu. There we are not teaching them. Prabhu, we are giving them Lord Krishna. Let me tell you why it is important. This is a real story that happened in France. One Mataji in France, in those days, it was almost 20-25 years ago, she was distributing books. Okay? She was distributing Bhagavad Gitas, and there was this guy on the train, right, who came and said, I want to take a Bhagavad Gita. Right? So, because the train was about to start, the doors were about to close, she gave the book. There was no time for him to give the money, and she was running saying that, hey, at least can you drop something? It is Krishna service. Once the doors closed, there will be all glasses, right, on the train. He dropped Srimad Bhagavad Gita there and stomped on it with his feet. He stomped left, right and center on the feet. And she was crying, running after the train, don't do that, that is Krishna's. Right? He wouldn't listen and he was wryly smiling at her, stomping on it. But hey, in those countries, you're not supposed to leave your garbage there, right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yes? So the guy put it in his bag, took it home and dropped off. He was a multimillionaire, dropped it off in his dustbin and forgot all about it. Right? Years later, his kids got married, his wife passed away, he was all alone. Somehow his businesses crashed out and he was in his farmhouse. Then he decided that he would commit suicide. So he picked up his licensed revolver, kept it to its head, and he was about to shoot himself. Then he said, let me read a book. I have so many books on the shelf. Right? He goes there, looks at all the books. Suddenly he finds this Bhagavad Gita that he had stormed and all taped up and put in his bookshelf. What happened? He had a housekeeper. That housekeeper lady, what did she do? She saw, somehow this book that my master had bought, right, had got ruined. Therefore he threw it. Let me fix it up for him. He is such a nice master. He takes care of me materially so well. So she taped it all properly and she put the Bhagavad Gita book that he stomped on back in his bookshelf. And that book, after about 25 years or so, he takes it. Just before he decides to commit suicide, and he starts reading Bhagavad Gita and he decides there is no point dying. I want to understand Lord Krishna. And he comes and joins ISKCON. Right? After he joined ISKCON, after many years, he comes across this Mataji. He cryingly offers obeisances to the Mataji and seeks her apology. She doesn't even remember who this person is. Then he explains the train narration, and both of them have narrated this reality of how Krishna, even if one goes to him with enviousness, captivates them. So Prabhuji, giving Srimad Bhagavatam, what happens is, they have Lord Krishna with themselves, Krishna will take care of them. Yes, Prabhuji? But explaining these things, that's the point I was referring to.
Okay.
The difference is that, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Okay,
Thank
Prabhu?
you.
Okay,
Yeah,
Prabhu.
thanks.
Any other question?
Sorry, Can you show the PPT, Prabhu? Just want to have a
No,
snippet
I'm
of
going to share it, Prabhu, in the
Oh,
this thing. You can have
sure.
it. I don't have
Sure.
anything to hide, Prabhuji. I'll share it with
No,
you.
that's okay. Yeah, sure, Prabhu.
I'm
I just
very transparent and open to audit by any devotee. If you ask me a question, I'll answer that. Because if I am wrong, I'll correct myself. If I am right, they will. It will help them. Hopefully, by Guru and Krishna's mercy, I believe I am right, because I've taken notes from Srila Prabhupada's lectures and everything, reading Srila Prabhupada's narratives. I pray and hope to the Guru Parampara I am right. Yes, but I'm after all an infinitesimal living being who has all the 4 defects. So I could be wrong somewhere. If anybody looks at it and corrects me, that's great. I'm also helped.
So it's from a learning, Prabhu.
No, certainly, Prabhu. I'll share it once along with the recording. When I share the other artifacts, this will be shared, Prabhu.
So, Prabhu, in way the Parikshit Maharaj was cursed by the Brahmana boy.
Yes.
Before that, before that, the Kali has entered in the Kirita.
Yes, Prabhu.
But whereas Brahmana boy has no in contact with Kali, and there is no material attachment. However, there is attachment to the father that he got cursed. He was insulted. So, where is the Kali in Brahmana boy?
The anger element. Kamayesha, Krodhayesha, Rajoguna Samudbhava, Mahasano Mahapapma, Vidhenameva Vairinam.
But the Kali hasn't asked the positions in there, right? The Kali asked five places.
No. Kali asked for 5 places is a different thing, Prabhu. Once he has the 5 places, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu?
Yeah, Prabhu.
He can propagate himself.
Oh.
Or he can promulgate his influence. Yes, Prabhuji?
Okay, Prabhu.
Once he has got the 5 places, right? Yes. They were in a forest. Even if they are not meat eating would be there by others, right? Yes. Kali's presence is assured there. Yes.
Okay.
Once Kali is present in a place, right? Yes. Once the age is under the influence of Kali, the influence will be there, the 3 modes. Right? In this particular case, the young boy, seeing the serpent around the father's neck, got influenced by his attachment towards his father, transformed into anger. Right, Prabhu? Let me give a subtle example. Let's say you're walking along the street and you see a butcher's house, right? And you see him chopping a dead animal. Don't you feel hurt?
Yes, Prabhu. Me too.
So the environment also has an influence on us, Prabhuji. You see the point?
Yes, Prabhu.
The influence of the environment has an impact on us. Right?
So what's the point of asking in five places if the influence is
that
there?
He could spread his influence. Wherever these 5 places are, he could spread. In a typical forest, Prabhu, animal eats animal.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes.
But that's also there in Satya Yuga and before Yugas as well.
Satya Yuga, when it was there, Kali's presence was not there, it was the influence of the Lord. But in Kali Yuga, Kali's influence was given the authority. Please understand. Think about this, Prabhu. Think about this, right? That's a wrong thing to say. You won't. Yeah? Let's say somebody is going to a butcher shop. Alright? I'm taking the negative example to bring out the positive aspect of the story. Right? Somebody goes to a butcher shop. They see the butcher. Right? Yes? There are 2 possible influences. First influence, oh, how pathetic and how merciless it is. Right? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
The second thought could be, look, this guy, I do not know whether he is butchering a fresh animal or not. If I could do it myself, I would get fresh meat. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
When they went to buy. They didn't have an intention to set up their own butchering facility. But the influence of going there yeah,
Yes, bro.
actually instigated a thought of setting up one's own butcher workshop.
Okay.
You get my point?
Yes, bro.
Similarly, Kali Yuga, Kali Purusha being there in that meat eating aspect, his influence got spread over the forest, and therefore he got under the influence of the three modes.
Right.
That's why the sage chastises the boy, saying that how this shows that somebody who is not mature enough should not be awarded all these siddhis. That's what the sage laments with his son. Yes, Prabhuji?
Yes, bro. Yeah.
Bad example, but to drive out the environment influence, Prabhu.
Sure, bro. Thank you, bro. Thanks for clarifying.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you. Okay, Prabhu, Mataji, I can see people are very, very tired. Probably it's time for us to wind it up.
Yeah.
I'm quite energized.
I have a question, but I'll ask it tomorrow, Prabhuji.
No, ask it, Mataji. I'm energized.
Yeah.
You are tired. I'm not.
Prabhuji, we just now wrote all the conversation that is happening inside the cantos. We started with Suta Goswami saying it to the sages and Sukadev Goswami to Parikshit.
Yes, Mataji.
Is it happening parallelly, or Prabhuji, or is it like already happened and in Namisharanya they are discussing it?
Let me tell you, Prabhu Mataji.
Yeah.
See, this is where in Naimisharanya. Okay?
Yes.
Okay? This Naimisharanya, right? Yes?
Yeah.
Is lowest tier
Okay.
happening. Right, Mataji?
Yeah. Yes.
Right? Yes?
Yeah.
This is tier 2.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Yes, Mataji? Yeah?
Okay, Prabhuji.
Right. Now, this is tier 3. Yes?
Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah.
this is tier 4. Okay? And this is tier 3.
Yeah.
Yes, Mataji?
Okay, Prabhuji. Yeah.
This is tier 3. Yes? This is start towards narrative destination.
Yeah.
Yes, Mataji?
Yes.
This is also a journey towards narrative reception.
Okay.
Yes, Mataji?
Okay, Prabhuji. Yeah. Now very clear.
Narrative dissemination, I'll call it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Hello. What is this? 1 second. Right? Oh, okay. Altogether, no. Source of, okay, devotional service, knowledge, dissemination. Yes, Mataji?
Okay, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Okay, Mataji? Clear?
Yes, Prabhuji. Clear, Prabhuji. Yeah. Thank you. It's because so many conversation will always get confused, like
Correct.
what is the layer 1 and layer 2. Yeah, now it is very clear, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Instead of calling it
Yeah.
layer, please call it tier, Mataji.
Yes, sir. Sure, Prabhuji.
Tier conversations, right? One above
Yes.
the other. Right?
Yeah.
Yes. Thanks, Mataji. I'll save this
Oh.
and I'll share
Yeah.
this as well.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
Prabhupada ki
Hare
jai.
Jai.
Nityananda Premanandi Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hari.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thanks, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.